there was this event called Women Love Beards. The men get in for free and the women pay $35.
Even though you don't know why he's late, when he walks in this house, you greet him like the king he is.
She goes to bed tired at 9 or 10 p.m.
A man can't expect that you cook and clean anymore because that would be misogynistic.
But he's been chilling since 5.
She cheats because apparently that is also his fault for failing to keep her interest in the bedroom.
A human with penis, you're already known for cheating, putting yourself first, putting your pleasure first.
I paid my $35 to come see some men.
Some men deserve to be cheated on.
So a few months ago, I made a video titled Dating in DC, talking about how there are more women than men at the club, and that gives them this disproportionate advantage where they now kind of act and behave as if they're the prize. And a lot of people either agreed or said that I was male-centered, and I basically was like, okay, I will never talk about this on the internet again. And then I was scrolling on Posh and I came across this. So apparently this weekend there was this event called Women Love Beards. Essentially what it is, and I will read you the description from the organizers. Basically they say in order to maintain gender balance experience, the men get in for free and the women pay $35.
You can't make this shit up.
So this is the men's page, and then I'll show you the women's page. There's a whole separate page for women to pay to be in the company of men. Guys, I fear we've lost the plot. I mean, I get it. This is how they're solving for it. But when I said that there's a gender imbalance and it's making men act like they're the prize, this is what we get. Anyways, I refrain from having any comments on this, but all I will say is, if I ever went to an event and then they made me the face of some shit like this, I'm suing. Your mama's getting sued. Your daddy's getting sued. Everyone's getting sued. Oh my goodness. And this would be so cringy, like as a woman, to be like, hey, I paid my $35 to come see some men.
Welcome to your future.
I'm not shocked. The DC dating market turned into ladies' night. That's the same thumbnail as lit. That's what it is. $35 to get in is crazy. But you can tell from all the singles events, right? That's how DC is. I won't lie. You go to New York, it may be a little bit different. But down there, dog eats dog. And they're ladies. And they got some fine women down there too. Men have options. You see that now. You even said it. Men act like they're the prize now. Men are the prize, and it clearly shows in DC. I mean, hey guys, if you're on the East Coast, go down to DC. It's like going down there and trying to catch fish. It's like you're catching fish in a pond with nothing but fish in it. Only thing, the dating pool has pee in it, but you can get a good catch out there. Maybe worth your time, maybe not. Go overseas.
Was coming home for dinner. Dinner time is very important to us. Today my husband was late and I could feel myself getting a little bit like late. And Holy Spirit said, this house, you make a choice of how you're going to greet this man. Spirit says, because you have no idea the things he's had to fight today. When he walks in this house, you greet him like the king he is. You decide if you are going to be the who brings life or you bring a knife.
Take notes, Emily.
So he walked in, greeted him, I hugged him, I let him know I was so happy to see him. Melted in my arms. He said, it happened today, what I've had to deal with. Proverbs 31:11. It says, the husband safely trusts her. Holy Spirit will teach you how to love, how to be nurturing type of woman, where a man comes home and he knows there, but I never have to fight in here.
For work, you don't get to lay down. You don't get to lay down. You don't get to relax. You don't get to go to sleep. Get it out your head. There's still stuff to do. We got laundry. We got trash. We got bottles. We got dishes. We got quality time. We have things to do. Now, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock roll around. All right, cool. Go to bed. That's what bed is for. But at 5 o'clock,
I believe he filmed her because he thought most people would disagree with her, but we agree with her. See, the problem with some men who want to get married is that they believe they get a woman who's working 24/7. So they want to work 40 hours a week. They want to come home at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. They want their dinner ready. They want their house clean. They want the kids to be bathed and clothed and homework done and all of that. And they want the woman to just keep on working. She goes to bed tired at 9 or 10 p.m., but he's been chilling since 5. One of the main reasons why divorces are happening and why women initiate those divorces is because they're tired of doing everything. They don't marry you because they love you. They marry you because they want access to your 24/7 labor. The woman in this video says she works a 9 to 5. So you want her to come home and also work a 6 to 10? Well, if she has a second shift, then so do you. This is why the marriage rates and birth rates are dropping, because women are saying, if I have to do everything, then I'd rather be alone. I don't want to do everything for the baby that we make or do everything in the house that we share. They don't want to be with men who want to split the bills, but not the chores. Women won't allow men to make them a mule just for the sake of being married.
The difference, night and day. Now, doesn't matter that you work as well, right? What matters is peace in the home. What I noticed in the background was a little baby. Could have been a little girl. What is she seeing? Arguments. Yeah, I saw my daddy there when I grew up, but I saw arguments. And then this lady is talking divorce. So they hit 18. Oh yeah, my mommy and daddy got divorced when they was 16. And before that, arguments. You can easily talk nicely to the man. And I don't know why he recorded it. It makes no sense to have the whole world in your business. That's an error on his part. But you chiming in makes it 10 times worse. The kid in the background preparing for arguing, first words they're learning is you're not going to do this. They're learning negative conversation. That's not good. It's a nightmare. This is why most men take their talents overseas. I'm going to South Beach, right?
Ask me on a coffee date. I'm an asshole. I will show up just to let you know you're not bigger than this program. I'm an Aries and I'm very confrontational. You think that you're too good to meet the standard of admission that women have set, which is not even that high. The admission ticket is probably like a thoughtful dinner date. Like, it's really not that high. If you think that you're too good to do that and you're so interesting that I have to, you know what I'm saying, leave what I'm doing to better myself, or other men that are going to do more for me just to get to know you for fun or free, I'm gonna show up undone. I'm gonna show up like I'm meeting my 10-year-old brother. I'm talking about no makeup, with a hat on. You know what I'm saying? You lucky if you get a ponytail. And I'm not even gonna face you, my boy. I'm gonna face the outside of the table with my legs facing the crowd. We're not gonna do no flirting. My phone is gonna be on the table. I'm gonna check it every 5 minutes. Every chance I get, I'm gonna respond to text messages. And we're just gonna have a nice, simple, mediocre conversation. You're not gonna leave that table feeling like, oh, I got her interested in me, and oh, she's so nice and she's a good woman. You're not gonna feel that, because you have a phone. You already know how women feel about coffee dates. So you inviting me out is already insulting. You understand? So that's how we're gonna do it. That's how I would do it. You know what I'm saying? Because in my mind, the whole point of the coffee date is to make a woman feel like she has to earn a dinner date. And baby, let me tell you something. Let me just leave that, because if I start going on that route, I already have an account ban warning. Yeah, that's why I haven't been posting much. But yeah, that's the whole point. You're going to leave that date, which I wouldn't even call a date. You're going to leave that place thinking, this was a waste of my time. Shawty didn't put no effort. She barely talked to me. We barely made eye contact. Like, I done paid for her coffee. I could have saved my $7. That's how I want a motherfucker to leave a coffee date with me. And I've never been on one, because I don't give that energy. You making these men feel like they so good that their conversation is sufficient enough without having to put in any real effort. You have to put in some type of tangible effort, because you already, as a man, as a whole, as a human with penis, you're already known for cheating, putting yourself first, putting your pleasure first. You can't give me nothing else but tangible, which is money, and actions, and consistently coming with that. You've already, like, you guys have already admitted that you will let us down, that's how a man is designed. So if you can't meet these standards, go and date men or date women that's on your level. It's just that simple. Like, what? I'm on my way to bartending after I worked my 9 to 5, my day job. I'll be damned if I'm gonna get cute and play ditzy in front of a nigga who think I'm only worth a coffee date, knowing that they have a phone and women have already expressed the views of how they feel about a coffee date. Like, that is just insulting, and I would never, you know what I'm saying? And I keep reiterating it. I've never been asked to, you know what I'm saying? So make sure if you do show up, you leave letting this nigga know he ain't shit to you, and he gonna have to work hard to get your attention again, to see him as not your buddy, because that's really their intentions, is to get you to see them or invest emotionally into them without them having to put forth any real effort. Like, they gonna come with their alter ego sharpened from the night before, with so many conversations and so many tricks in their bag to get you to do something silly next. And that's just not how this cookie crumbles, baby.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care.
This, I don't know, but I see so many videos on like anti-coffee dates. Hi, baby. I see too many videos on anti-coffee dates, and it's like, I don't know, there's the whole coffee dates are too platonic, and it screams cheap, but it's like, number one, I'd be pretty disappointed if I had to spend like $300-$500 on someone I don't even know if I can vibe with in person. Number two, what's wrong with like something kind of platonic, getting to know each other and then like seeing where it goes? You know what I mean? Like, what happened to like lovers and friends, you know, best friends and lovers, you know what I mean? Best friends first. Like, wouldn't you want to vibe with your person both ways, like on a deeper connection? I don't know.
What did I just show? You guys know what I just showed. I showed what one won't do, another one will. And I also showed, I talked about it before in past videos. We see it all the time on the internet. Women from other shores are coming to America. Oh, say, can you see? They're coming to America. I showed a Australian woman coming to America. You see, she looks Vietnamese or of that vernacular. Very nice. The other girl was nice. The boobies was popping. But the face, the attitude on this one is better. And guys, they can see they're coming to America. Look, all this, I won't take a man. A man can't take me on a coffee date. Look at this. Look at this woman. I showed a video about 5 days ago. The woman was obese, an obese black woman, showed herself eating a sandwich and eating something else, overeating and drinking coffee. Straight nightmare. She thinks she's showing somebody. Like, I was sitting there looking at the video laughing as I was reacting. I'm laughing like, this lady is willing to accept coffee. She would want to know, and she understands men. I wouldn't want to pay $300 to $500 for someone I don't know I can vibe with. You're talking with her, you can vibe with her. And what does she have more of? Competition? It's on your shores. It's in your backyard. Yeah, it's getting real interesting.
Coffee date. I'm sorry, it's not happening. I feel like coffee dates are for like girl friendships. Like I literally had my friend say, let's do a coffee date. And I'm like, yeah, that would be perfect. Like I would love a coffee.
All right, let's stop it. You can't talk anymore. We already see you're done. That coffee date, that talk y'all do is over. Why? Because other women are willing. What you won't do, they will. That's how you ladies' husbands are getting taken. But that's why a lot of you don't have husbands. Ooh.
Real talk alert.
That's not a low blow. That's the truth.
A bare minimum that we all can recognize for men to be a good husband or boyfriend. And essentially what those very simple rules are is that he should be a kind man. So he should be the doting husband. He should be the doting boyfriend. He should also be a hardworking man who financially takes on all of the responsibility in the relationship. And he should also not cheat. So he should be loyal. I'm glad that we could all decide that this is the bare minimum. I mean, like the floor, like you're not even going to get a kudos, okay? Because like this is what we all just expect. Like this is just it. So don't expect a good job. But I'm just wondering, what is the bare minimum for women? And I'm wondering that because apparently men aren't supposed to tell women much of anything. A man can't expect that you cook and clean anymore because that would be misogynistic. And it's not a woman's fault if she cheats because apparently that is also his fault for failing to keep her interest in the bedroom. If a woman decides she wants to work, she's not supposed to have any real financial responsibility. She's supposed to be keeping all of that money for herself while a man is paying for her entire life. So just wondering, like, if the bare minimum for a man is so easily put out in front of us, what is the bare minimum for a woman to be considered a good wife or a good girlfriend?
Absolutely nothing.
Good question. Great question. There is no bare minimum, but it's starting to develop. A bare minimum is starting to develop. You have to match the bare minimum your competition is setting. That's how the market works. If you can't compete, you're out. That's what's starting to happen. Learn, ladies. I think a lot more of you ladies should be watching stuff like this. Learn.
Some men deserve to be cheated on.
Oh, here we go again.
I said what I said. I'll say it again. Some men deserve to be cheated on. Now, not specifically this person commenting who's saying, alternatively, he gave everything and she lacked loyalty and care. Anyone cheats, it's for the same reason, lack of loyalty and care for the partner. The rest are excuses and trying to hide bad behavior. This is true in the case of a good, decent, loyal partner. However, if you follow this comment back, I made a video responding to a man who said the following: stop, what he said was correct. My 25-year marriage was ruined because of it. The other guy didn't have to do anything, but he got all of her. I got arguments and neglect. Stop gaslighting. So there's a lot going on in this statement. Let's first start with the blame shifting. He's shifting the blame on his wife. He's shifting the blame on the other guy. He's even shifting the blame on me for talking about, I can't even remember what the original video, if we go back 2 layers. Of course, not taking any accountability. It's her fault. All she did was argue with him and neglect him. It's the other guy's fault. He stole something. It's my fault for daring to even talk about it. Big victim mentality. Men love to play the victim. That is a role that they hold near and dear to their heart. They will always play the victim, even when it's not at all necessary. His trauma dump on a video was not at all necessary. He could have just kept his mouth shut, but men don't have the ability to keep their mouth shut because they don't have the ability to emotionally regulate. They have a feeling and it needs to come out, and it needs to come out like a fire hose at a woman. Of course, we love the weaponized therapy speak. Stop gaslighting. And this is where it gets me to my last point. This personal attack and super weird parasocial behavior. Men are really, really good at that. Stop gaslighting. Dude, you and I are not having a personal conversation. The man who made this comment made everything all about him. A man like that does not actually cherish his wife. He feels that his wife owes him something. He feels that the world owes him something. He feels that women owe them something. A man like that, I can't even imagine what he's like behind closed doors to a loved one. A man like that deserves to be cheated on. I said what I said.
Wait a minute! Who are you?
If you ask a man that you're with, your boyfriend, to do something and he doesn't do it, don't say anything. Get another man to do it. I'm not. Get another man to do it. Get another man to do it. Ask your dad, ask your brother, ask your guy friend, ask your neighbor, ask a stranger on the street to get it done. In fact, if you want to go date another man, get it. He will never do it again. Understood? Understood? If you have to do it twice in a row, this happens again, drop him. Drop him, don't say anything, walk away. Because that man does not care enough about you to show up for you. And if he can't do the little fucking things, then he doesn't deserve you. And if you have a family with him, I know that's a little complicated. You can figure it out yourself. But please, you fucking deserve better. You deserve somebody to fucking show up for you. You're a queen. You're a goddess. You're the divine. You're the mother. You're the mother, literally. You have a uterus. That's how powerful you are. That's how beautiful you are. You're gonna let stranger man? Okay, he's a stranger. When he does that shit, he's a stranger, okay?
Just when we was forgetting about her, Ayesha Curry is back on social media talking about how she hates Stephen Curry. She was just recently on a podcast and she talked about how she actually never wanted to be married, she never wanted to have kids, and she always saw herself as a career woman, etc., etc. Which, I get it. You know, people have visions for their own life, and when they get in relationships, sometimes they have to compromise. But my thing is, why 10 years later talk about it to the world? I get people need to get stuff off their chest, but it's just a better way of going about it than constantly embarrassing your husband. Like, every time she opened her mouth, she embarrassed this man. And then here come all the women in the comments. Oh, she's so brave for saying things that a lot of women want to say. Like, there is a way of discussing things without disrespecting and embarrassing your partner.
You know, the funny thing about this situation is I see it probably how Steph Curry sees it. and I'm laughing because he hears her talking. He goes, she's just bored. She wants something to do. She's with the kids all day, going delusional. Yeah, she probably feels like that, but she's living on easy street. The woman is bored. Come on, y'all. I know y'all just trying to make content, but that lady is bored, out of her mind. She's like, I want this, I want that. She has nothing to do, nothing but time to think all day. The kids they're pretty much a little bit older now. They're not self-sufficient all the way, but pretty much are. They got chefs, everything. Even he cooks, right? Of course, you know, he plays ball, he hits threes, but you guys know what I'm saying. She's bored. She is. He should tell her, hey, look, babe, stop talking on the podcast. People eating you alive. Stop doing it. You're embarrassing yourself. That's what he probably told her already. We don't know what's going on behind closed doors.
Men get mad when women mention their bare minimum as something other than like somebody being respectful and loving you, because it's like, that's not a bare minimum. That's actually baseline. That's actually a given. The problem is that y'all are looking at bare minimum requirements as what are actually baseline requirements for being in a comfortable and exciting relationship. Again, that's how I know y'all don't know what y'all are talking about, because y'all genuinely believe that like emotional understanding and kindness is something that I have to like put on a list of things that I want in a relationship. relationship. When it's like, why would that be on the list? That's a given. But that's why I said men are incredibly slow on the realization that they need to reevaluate themselves within society when it comes to dating and relationships. But they want to tell you that your bare minimum should be being loved. Like, duh.
This is getting old, and I'll tell you ladies why. Because if a man, he can't be too much, if anything, right? Now, most likely, he already had to talk to you to get you. So give him kudos for that, especially if you get a man nowadays. He had the courage to talk to you, because I know you're not talking to him. You have some, but not most. Maybe 5% of ladies are doing that, right? So give him kudos for that. Now, number two, if a man is too much, if he's too loving, like I say it like this. Say if a man goes out and gets flowers 5 times, 6 times, actually not 5, 6 times, 8 times out of the year, maybe too much. What's going to happen? You're going to start looking at him going, there's nothing special about these flowers. If he gets you teddy bears every week, it gets boring. If you eat too much ice cream, you get sick. If you have too much bananas, you get too much of anything isn't good. And men know that. But some guys don't know, but it's a happy medium. And guys try to meet that happy medium. And a lot of times, if you're in a marriage and a guy's trying to meet that happy medium, it's too much. You never know. All a man can do is not even try. Why? Because when a woman loves a man, no matter what, she will put up with anything. And that's facts. And a lot of guys are starting to learn that. I learned that in my 20s. I'm happy I did.
Interest in a person, that makes you weird. Like,
bruh, I've literally never related to anything more, and it literally makes me feel like there's something wrong with me. But I genuinely just like am not like the type to like play games or like ignore you for a week or act like I don't like you so you like me more. I just literally can't do it. Like, if I like you, I'm gonna reach out. If I like you, I'm gonna make plans with you. If I like you, I'm going to text you. If I had a good time on a date, I'm gonna let you know. Like, what? I literally like have no hope, bro. And I feel like every single time I start getting closer to a guy and like we're dating for a while or whatever, they literally get freaked out. I don't know if they get freaked out or if they just don't like me. Like, I don't know what it is, because I know it's not me, bitch. No, but like they literally just seem to get freaked out. Or if I like put pressure on them to like act right, they don't like that, because they want a bitch who's gonna put up with them not acting right, and they get to just do whatever they want and treat the girl however they want. So I've noticed that when I call that out in certain men that I've dated, they don't like that. They get really upset and angry, and then they gaslight you and flip the script and make you feel like you're the weirdo, like you're crazy, like you're doing too much. Like, bro, we've been dating for 6 months and I'm not your girlfriend, bitch? What? Yeah, like, no, it's not gonna work for me. So it's like, I don't know, I just feel like people are extremely afraid of commitment, which I get. Like, I have a fear of commitment too, but at the same time, I'm willing to put myself out there and like take a risk and see where shit goes. Like, you're never going to have a serious, healthy relationship if you don't do that. And I think when you show interest or attention in men, it only freaks men who aren't ready for that commitment. That freaks them out, and then they run for the hills. Or if you want something more serious and you, they're running for the hills. And I find this happening, and I now, when I date people, I do not hook up with them until, like, unless you are my boyfriend, I'm not fucking you. We're not hooking up. Like, we'll make out and shit, but I'm not fucking you. And recently I dated a guy, and I feel like this happened. Like, we went on a few dates and I wasn't hooking up with him, and he really wanted to hook up, and I was like, no. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, I'm gonna be like, just all these excuses, right? To like not continue dating, which is fine. That just weeds out the guys who aren't meant for you or who are looking just to get in your pants. And I was upset and hurt, but at the same time, I'm so glad that I stood my ground and kept my boundaries up, because if I had hooked up with him, I would have been even more hurt and upset. But yeah, dating in this generation is whack. it's weird, I don't understand, like, I don't want to play games. Like, do you like me or not? Like, come on.
What you did was good. But who did you do it for? Everything happening nowadays, like the way men feel, it's not for no reason. I'm sure I'm looking at you right now, the aesthetic you have, you're dealing with Chads and Tyrones. And Chads and Tyrones have their way. Yeah, they had their way. So if you don't catch someone, most of those guys are not looking to wife anything. Even women that look good, like they can probably find a woman that looks 10 times better than you. That requires less than you. Hence, the woman that didn't mind a coffee date. She didn't have on as much makeup as you. They may tolerate that from her, or they may not be used to tolerating that at all. So you in the date market, you may have a hard time. But yeah, guys, other than that, I say, man, a lot of these girls, the dating game is twisted, and it's them that twisted it. But they want it the other way. And it's gotten to a point where certain men are used to having their way, and certain men just don't want to play at all. But yeah, other than that, thank y'all for watching. Peace out. See you next video.
Less than 10% of your time needs to be devoted to dealing with women when you're a single man. You need to be spending 93% or more of your time on your purpose. 7% for women. But see, far too many guys out there be like, man, I wish I could be doing what you doing, man. If I was in Atlanta and doing what you do, I'd be cutting and I'd be doing. And that's why you're never going to be nothing, never going to go nowhere. Because how much is enough? Sexual discipline.